There's no excuse, no excuse, no excuse. So, man, look at this. Let's see. I can't even see that. Look at this. Um, our defense wasn't good today. Um, they have 5 blocks. We have 4. They have 12 steals. We had 8. I bet in that area we probably missed Westbrook. Assist, they had 34. We had 25. That means they moved the ball better than us. It was about the same. They had 9 threes out of 34. We had 8 out of 30. So we were just a little bit over them, 26.7%. They were 26.5%. Still, I mean, we had more turnovers. We didn't actually make them have turnovers, so our defense wasn't as good in this game as it was with Portland. Uh, they had more points in the paint because they are bigger. And it's not that we are not. It's that AD is not 5. I mean, AD is 5 all the time instead of having AD and a center. For some reason, we don't want to do that. So we are looking smaller because we are smaller in the way we are playing. Um, Fast break points, we made 18. They made 35. Bench points is the only thing that we had even. Uh, they had the lead mostly in the game. Um, I think we had a 2 point lead at certain point. Uh, can't even see this. Let me see if I can see this statistic. 11 of 16 free throws from the Lakers, 17 of 29. I mean, it is it is horrible. It is horrible what we saw there. You know, it's not something. I don't know. I can't describe how this is so disconcerting. We can't blame Westbrook. Now, who I keep going back is, I don't know who's making the final decisions, if it's Jenny Buss. And, she says that um, she's not knowledgeable about basketball. I don't know what she meant with that, or if it was her who said that. I saw it. I saw this from a third party, not her directly. So I'm not sure if that information is accurate. But I want to think that it's not. I want to think that it's not. Because I don't want to blame her. I want to blame Rob Palinka, because for some reason, if it's his decision and only his decision to change the 2020 team, and then he did he did pretty good the first time, but still I wouldn't not blown up a team that had a championship. Like, I could understand if you uh make a way for Schroeder, because he came hot from OKC. So, and we wanted him, and he's a shooter, and he can cover those bases that we needed from before. But, and everybody knew that Westbrook wasn't gonna function in this team. Not it's not that Westbrook is being bad as much as it is that he can't do what he does. He can't. The personnel of the Lakers team doesn't allow him to do that. And he doesn't fit with LeBron and AD because they clog the paint. None of them are 3-point shooters. You need 3-point shooters to run an effective um, 4 out or 5 out offense. Yeah, you can't run it with the personnel we had uh, last season, or maybe we could with the last season roster, because there were shooters there. Um, but what we couldn't, what we could not do definitely is run this season. And in that season, we didn't have it. We had it like in the last two games that the Lakers actually won. Uh, and Ross had the best games, but we had shooters. Our shooting wasn't good, but still, the guys that were the shooters could shoot better basketballs than what we have now. And some of these guys have hit the 38, 40%, close to 40%, some of them from previous years, right? But the last years, the ones who weren't able to play, um, well, they couldn't have anything, but the ones that could had the worst, probably the worst season doing that. Um, Troy Brown Jr. He's got a lot of potential, but he's not there yet. So we came from a team that would run out of gas quickly because the youngest guy we had and we let go um, was oh my goodness, I forgot. And having this um, mental lapses. Um, no, we don't have him anymore. Um, so we don't have that many. We don't have scorers beyond. Um, um, Let me see. Actually, who scored? You see, Lonnie Walker. He scored 15 points. So he's the other guy who can score. Troy Brown Jr. only was able to score man, 0 from 3, but he didn't score much. Um, he had one steal though, and he's a good defensive player. So we don't know what I don't know what Thomas Bryant injury is all about. Christie in 2 minutes put 2 points and one assist. That's pretty good for 2 minutes. Um, Jones had 4 points in 11 minutes. Kendrick Nunn had 9. Man, his field goals 4 out of 12, 1 out of 4 from 3-point line. And this is the guy who was 40% from our team. He's supposed to be the 40% guy. But Matt Ryan in 8 minutes put 6 points. It was 2 out of 3 points. So he was 60% from 3, but then he was only 8 minutes. I don't know how his defense is, but if you can't put him to score, he's not going to score. If you can put him, he's a 3-point shooter. He's going to, even if he misses some of them, he's going to make, he's going to make, uh, put their defense honest. And that's not what we are seeing. What we are seeing is a team that cannot put for the light of me. I cannot understand. Put Cole Swider, put somebody who can stretch the defense, who can make him come out and unclog the paint, like that make him pay if they clog the paint. Um, get Cole Swider, even if it's not the most defensive guy. Our defense is really good, but it's not good enough for us to actually do something with it, right? So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Definitely not what we have been doing. It's not working. But the front office has a lot to do with this. The front office has a lot to do with this. And they have missed a lot of good trades for some reason. And they dug a hole of a horrible size when what to tell you. That was bad. That is bad. You see, when a team is losing, even if you say that Westbrook is the reason they're losing, it doesn't matter because there's already this precedent for the players. The players know what they did. So they know that if they failed once or twice in the game, it was enough for them to feel that they have some of the blame. And fans can argue about Westbrook all they want. It doesn't matter because team players blame themselves for certain things. And so when there are losses, there's a lot of guilt to go around. But to me, the people that made this happen were the front office. And I don't want to sugarcoat it anymore because I think I've been trying to not be hard on the front office. But really, it's been a remarkable, horrible job from this front office. And every time I think they are going to redeem themselves, they just don't. And this thing of finding the third star, first of all, we didn't have enough good shooting. Like we had Danny Green, and Danny Green went from 40% 3-point shooter to almost like 31, 32 at a certain point. He might have gone back up after a while, but the thing is that between Danny Green, KCP, and Alex Caruso, they had to be respected on the 3-point line. And that opened up the paint for AD and LeBron. That's why they look like superstars, the superstars they are, because the defense could not be too much on top of them. And Kuzma. And then they were long, because even if they had Anthony Davis at the 5, Kuzma could be at the 4, LeBron could be at the 3, and then you would have uh, uh, Danny Green and Rondo, or KCP and Rondo. You know, you had those alternatives. Now you have to, like, you build a team that didn't work last year with less scoring, more D, but at the end, it's going to be the same results, because there's no balance. And there's no balance for last year, especially for last year. You have a you had Frank Vogel, who is not known for his offense, but for his defense. And all of a sudden, this guy is handed a team with no defense, but a lot of offense. And they thought he should have had more success. How? How is that possible? How that thought got into your head, front office? How that thought got into your head? How? I don't understand. Now you have a guy who is not bringing exactly, he's bringing the defense, but he's not bringing the shooting center. And it's because the only one we have who can shoot the 3 pretty well is not on the floor. And the other one is Damian Jones. And Damian Jones would be an excellent 5 to AD as a 4. But you can't use him as a 5 because he's the only substitute AD has right now. And so it didn't work to use AD as a 5 last season. And this season is the same. It's the same. AD works better as a 4. I don't care if you have any statistic on the contrary. When did AD work in the Lakers better? Was it in the bubble? When he was playing 4 most of the time? Yeah, he was closing as 5, but he was playing at 4 most of the time. They had good centers covering him. Dwight Howard's still a good center. He's actually the best player we had at the center position last year, because Anthony Davis spent most of the last year there. And Frank Vogel had to put um, DeAndre Jordan against his own will because he was forced by the front office to do that. Frank Vogel was forced to put people in that he didn't want to. Frank Vogel was forced into a team that couldn't defend for the life of them. And that's and that you add that Frank Vogel is horrible when it comes to rotations. He's the worst uh, in terms of rotations. Now, Darvingham, I'm a little bit disappointed. I don't know if Darvingham is coerced like Frank Vogel was, but I hope that there's some coercion there because I don't want to think that Darvingham is doing what he's doing out of his own complete autonomous will. Because, yeah, he's putting what he's doing what he said about uh, the team contesting in terms of defense, though this defense wasn't that great. But the truth is, this game didn't show enough effort. And if Rob Pelinka is waiting until almost Christmas to change this team, by then it's going to be far. No matter what deal he can get, it's not going to be enough to get this team in the playoffs. Because at that point, there's going to be a culture of losing. There's going to be a toxicity in that locker room. And I don't know if Darvingham is going to retain that locker room. And it's not just, it's not just me. There's some NBA players that are already talking about this. About how I understand from the management point of view what they are trying to do, but the psyche of a player is gonna start losing the mental energy, and when they lose the mental energy, they will lose every game they play. This team is in dire strait. I would send Ross. I don't even know what to say because, right now, I would send Christie as a two-way, and then I would bring in a contract um, I don't understand because Matt Ryan right now is not playing much. He's not playing much. That's the only true shooter that you have right now. He should be playing at least 18 minutes in the game. And he's playing 6, 8, 10 the whole game. He's the only shooter besides Kendrick Nunn, but Kendrick Nunn is still getting some things worked out with his shooting, with his year and a half out, I think it was. Um, you know, and I know, some players are still learning. Um, and I know Matt Ryan may not be the best defender, but you need that shooting. Um, I don't know how Darvingham is going to solve that without Matt Ryan. I don't know how Darvingham is not going to solve that with without the other guy is Troy Brown Jr. He can shoot the three, but he he needs opportunities. He can defend, but he had a low 3 point shooting season last year. So I don't know. This is a hole that the Lakers dig themselves in. This is the other thing. Let's talk about deals, because this deal, it sucks that it got out of the hands of the Lakers. The Jazz offered the players that the Lakers wanted. It's they. I mean, they offered Connolly, they offered Bogey, and they offered um, um Clarkson, right? They offered them to the Lakers for Ross and the two first rounders. What people don't know is that they also offer a 23rd first rounder. Of all the first rounders the Jazz have, they offer 23rd in that same negotiation. And the Lakers turned it down. So we could have a 23rd first round pick, aside from the one that uh, the Pelicans could have. And then we would have enough players to act be contenders. Like, you think that Clarkson, Connolly, and Bogey wouldn't not done a good would have not been a good team. And I don't know if the 23rd is still on the table, but the Lakers should get that deal done soon. If it's still available, the Lakers should get Connolly, Beasley, and Clarkson, and they should, send some of the guards over there to with Westbrook, um, because I don't know what else the Lakers can do right now. And give the two first. You owe this to LeBron. You owe this to LeBron, and you owe championships to him because you promised. You owe championship to the fans because you promised front office. and you're not being good to your promises. And other players will notice that when you offer them, we are going to do everything for you, they will remember that not only you bent backwards for the wrong guy, you left LeBron hanging. You left AD hanging. You didn't put the right people under them. When you had them, you took them all out. I just don't understand. I just don't understand. I just, it makes me mad to see the Lakers losing this way. I didn't expect them to win a championship with this team. The offense doesn't look like a motion offense at all. A lot of two-man game, and I know that's one of the things of the four. Uh, there was a lot of two-man games in with the Milwaukee Bucks, but they had a lot of shooters, so the two-man game was open. We don't have shooters, so there's no two-man game. You have to have a real motion offense with everybody. Most like the one the Golden State Warriors have, where everybody's moving. You have a lot of guards. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. Keep them moving. I'm not going to be good if the only two or three offensive guys are going to be guys that, Lonnie Walker, he shoots from outside and makes them, but it's not his bread and butter. His bread and butter is cutting, right? But if you have a lot of cutters, it doesn't matter if nobody can shoot from the outside. So we have Cole Swider. He can't defend, but he was doing his best effort the times that he was on the floor. And he's not shooting well because he's young, LA lights, all that kind of stuff. But he's in a lot of pressure because a lot of is dependent on his shot. But you got to put him to play. I still don't know why we are so in love with Max Christie. I know he's 6'6" guy who can defend, but he's not getting the buckets. And he's not getting the buckets because he's another guy who clogs the paint. I would send him as a bonus if the Jazz want to take Westbrook. Now the Spurs are also interested. But the difference between the Jazz and the Spurs is the Jazz had a lot of first rounders. So even if the Jazz demand our two first, because they are all looking to get I forgot his last name, but the next superstar. Um, they are gonna have to at least offer something else, like some swap or something, you know. So to me, it's more interesting the Jazz right now, unless the the Spurs are not demanding the two first from the Lakers. That could be another thing. But if the Lakers take too much time to make those deals, as Rob Pelinka has said himself he's going to do, we're not going to make the playoffs. Because I don't know how the Lakers can win a game right now. I don't know how. Unless they make those shots, and it's looking less and less like that's going to be the likely outcome. So I'm just going to leave it like this because I am still so upset over this. But like I said, I mean, the, like if you see the stats of this game, you're going to see in the overview that I talk about, um, field goal percentage, Lakers 44.4, the Denver Nuggets 45.7, 42 out of 92, 40 out of 90. Pretty even, but still they had the advantage. Rebounds. 47, the Lakers. 54, the Jazz. Turnovers, 14, the Lakers, 11, the Jazz. You see, against the Clippers was a whole different thing. And one of the things, and we got to give this to Westbrook, one of the reasons less turnovers ourselves than the Clippers was because of Westbrook. Fouls, we gave 16. They gave, it's around 26 and a half for each team. Free throws, this killed us, the free throws. 68.8%, 81%. 11 out of 16, 17 out of 21. Like I said, assist 34 over Denver, 25 the Lakers. Steals 12 the Denver, 8 the Lakers. Blocks 5 Denver, 4 the Lakers. So points in the paint 60 for Denver, 56 for the Lakers. Like if you had Damian Jones as a 5 and Anthony Davis as a 4, there's no way this would happen. There's no way they would out rebound us. There's no way they could make more points in the paint. But we can't have that because Thomas Bryant is not able to play right now. And, you know, the other one is Wayne Gabriel, and he's not going to be a 5 when AD is a 4. So it would be AD as a 5. LeBron, he looked, he didn't look as intense he looked in the last game against Portland. And in the Clippers game also. And yeah, Ross is the problem, but it goes deeper than that. Ross is a problem. It's not. It's not that he's not a problem. It's just that besides Ross not being able to score because there are not shooters around, Ross was never a good fit for the Lakers. Ross was never a good fit. I knew when Ross, I don't know who put that, but whoever puts sex chat or anything on the chat room, I'm gonna block you. Whoever did that, somebody was putting some sex thing over there. Um, yeah, the problem with Westbrook is he needs shooters, and the other problem with Westbrook is that he's really bad making decisions on the court, really bad. In the last game, the Lakers could have won it, but there was 18 seconds on the shot clock, so he could devise a play maybe so somebody could score. He took it upon himself to throw a 15 uh, feet shot that he historically is bad on that side of the court. That's like one of his worst places to shoot. And because the center was guarding him from far away, he said, it's my time to shine. But that's not. Like, they are doing it for a reason. They are letting him throw the ball from there for a reason. What he should have done is move to set a screen so either LeBron or AD would have gotten that side of the floor. And if you see the replay of that part, you're gonna see that LeBron and AD are like, "What is he doing?" Like both of them went like that, and then because of that, we lost the advantage. And at the end of the game, LeBron had to take a bad shot because there was no time to make a play, and people got like people got yeah, well, yeah, that's how it is. I mean, if you want to, like, if you're ahead by 1 point, you want to make sure that you spend all the time you have to make a play instead of doing what Westbrook did, which was I'm gonna shoot it right away because I don't know what he was thinking. I thought maybe he was thinking, if I miss it, we have the ball again after we defend, but they couldn't. Jeremy Grant shoots the ball. Then now Portland is ahead, and then uh, by the time LeBron gets the ball, there's only a few seconds. They packed the paint so LeBron couldn't get in. Yeah, in the case of Ross, he's been doing rookie mistakes for a long time. The thing is, I think one of the problem with Ross is that he became an MVP really early in his career. And sometimes some players, when they achieve that kind of success, they stop. And Westbrook never really was able to change his game early on to prepare him for the NBA today. The NBA today, you can't you can't have um you can not be a bad shooter and be in the NBA. Eventually, you're going to be out. LeBron has another year or another 2 years, I think. He wants to play with his son. So, and right now he's averaging 30 points per game, which is more than a lot of young players. So he's not I don't think he's going to retire still. He wants to get another championship at least. And but the Lakers are not doing a good job of pleasing him because they try to please him with Westbrook because he wanted Westbrook, but but now he doesn't want him, and he's I don't know why LeBron thought that was a good idea. I don't know because LeBron is not the best outside shooter. It's like he was last year. He was 36%, but that's not like LeBron doesn't shoot that well usually from 3 point land, or he doesn't make many shots from there. So I don't know. The problem is LeBron and AD are gonna look tired, and they might get injured just because there's not enough shooters. So it's gonna be rougher for them to make points, and that's what happened last year. They had shooters, but both of them came from nagging old injuries that they suffered after the finals. When the next season started, they only had 71 days to rest, which is not good. You have to have around 4 months, and they didn't have that. And so it cost them. It cost them the next year, and it cost them last year. But the problem is, I don't think it would have cost that much if they would have stayed with the team they had in the championship in the bubble. But I just don't know. I just don't know what to say. And so, yeah, that's pretty much anything I can say about that is pretty much that. Okay. Well, take care. And everybody who's going to be watching after the live is over, also take care of yourself and, you know, and each other. Um, may God bless you, and go Lakers. Bye bye.